A Danish father of four just got deported back to Holland. He's been living in America since 2009. This gentleman's name is Kasper Eriksen. He lives in Mississippi. He's got four children and a wife and a job as a shop foreman welder, living the American dream. White as the day is long, and a huge Donald Trump and MAGA supporter. In 2015, his wife had, I believe she had a stillborn child, and he was supposed to go to immigration to fill out some paperwork. And since his wife had the stillborn, he was in the hospital with her. He completely forgot about it and didn't do that particular bit of paperwork. Well, recently he went to immigration, like a scheduled trip to speak to his handler. Which, by the way, Donald Trump's always talking about we don't have. What do you want us to do? Hire a whole bunch of judges? Honey, people are going to immigration court and immigration hearings all the time. They're not all like, Donald Trump's perception of judges is what he knows when he goes to court and he sees a judge and a jury going after him for criminality. That's not what this is. People show up and talk to immigration judges. It is kind of a perfunctory, bit of paperwork, and people who are here legally 95% of the time are trying to do it the right way because they want to stay in America. It's already noted that people who are immigrants commit less crime than American citizens. And it makes a lot of sense because they want a less chance to be kicked out of the country. If you are here, on a temporary visa, or you're trying to get your green card, or you're trying to get your citizenship, you are trying to live above board. Doing the best you can, being the best possible American that you can, so you can get to be an American citizen. I mean, that's what everybody's trying to do. And that's what this guy, Kasper Eriksen, was trying to do. And he just went into his latest meeting, and on his way out, as per ICE, because ICE doesn't do investigations, they just hang outside immigration courts and wait for people to come outside, slap cuffs on him, and that's exactly what they did to this guy. They slapped cuffs on him, and they took him to detention, and he did not even get to say goodbye to his wife and kids. He's gone. He's gone. There was a Republican representative. I think he was just a representative of ICE. Apologies. I don't know what his affiliation is, but I assume if he's working for ICE, he's probably Republican, but that's just an assumption on my part. Forget that. But there was a representative of ICE, and he said that he told the guy, Casper, that he was sorry, but his hands were tied, and to add insult to injury, and I don't think he was trying to do this, but he said to the guy, if you had had this meeting with your immigration official last year under the old administration, they would have probably just had you fill out the paperwork that you missed in 2015, and you'd be home with your family right now. But he said that his hands were tied. There was absolutely nothing he could do, and he was really sorry, but he just got kicked out. So this guy who is a model immigrant, doing all of the right things, and white, with 4 beautiful children and a wife, gainfully employed, paying taxes, he's gone because of this fascistic immigration, snatching you up off the street policy, God damn. I feel bad for the guy. I do. I mean, I have empathy for the guy. What people who are conservative and MAGA types don't seem to understand is that I don't have schadenfreude about this. If Donald Trump or Elon Musk or any of these, wealthy businessmen or assholes get screwed over, I will smile about that. That makes me happy because those are the wealthy, the rich, the powerful, and they deserve, to get beat down every once in a while. For God's sakes, they need it. They rule the world. And if something, befalls them economically, it makes me smile. This kind of shit doesn't make me smile. It makes me sad. You and I, if there's a Republican out there watching this, you and I probably won't agree on hardly anything. I want people to have health care. I want wars to end. I want higher education. I want it to be free. I want, medication to be paid for by single payer. If even though you and I don't agree on anything, I still want all of those things for you too. I want you to have proper health care. I don't want you snatched up by the government and kicked out of this country. I don't want anything bad to happen to you. I want you to have a long, fruitful, and healthy life. I want you to be able to have a wife and children and a good job and live the American dream. I want that for you. I don't begrudge you any of that stuff. And it makes me really sad to see that the guy you trusted, the guy who lies all the time, you believed him. You believed that it wouldn't happen to you. And it happened to you because you missed some paperwork. I don't know. I mean, as Democrats, I see, look, I'm not a liberal. I'm a leftist. I'm of the left. So, and I'm not saying that all liberals are like this. And, the expression fuck around and find out, that is what liberals are living for these days. And I guess if it makes them feel better, whatever. But honestly, it shouldn't make you feel better because what goes around comes around. I don't want bad things for, American people who don't agree with me politically. I want good things for them. I want them to have all of the benefits and the social safety net, that I want for my, for my side of the aisle. I want it for everybody. Maybe somewhere deep down you want to take that away from, poor people. You don't think that they deserve Medicaid. You don't think that they deserve food stamps. Even though that makes me sick to my stomach, makes me really upset to hear people say stuff like that. That they're sucking off the government tit and they're just parasites and they're useless eaters and, very fascistic rhetoric. It makes me really mad to hear it. But at the same time, like Jesus would say, the golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. I want good things for you. I don't want you to be deported. I want you to live a long and healthy life. So maybe just take that in consideration the next time you go to the voting booth in 2026, when you see somebody who does nothing but preach hate and division from their bully pulpit. Maybe think twice about, what you're voting for. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, please like and subscribe. Keep rocking.